All right, everyone, you know how women are supposed to dress exactly how they want, and if you don't like the way that they dress, basically you're a sexist? Well, I guess the legacy media is really run by a bunch of sexists because they're trying to call out Melania Trump for the way she's dressed while visiting Africa. I think, by the way, it's actually very chic, and it's actually kind of an in thing. Like, there is a little bit of a retro 80s feel to some of the styles people wear. Like, the last time I was over in Woodstock, which admittedly was like a year ago, there were like a bunch of people wearing like leather biker jackets and stuff, and some of the neon colors have come back to some extent, it seems. And then this is, tourist central in late autumn. So trust me, most of these people are sampling of people from other climes, literally other countries, fucking other states, all over the United States, especially the deep south. People from the West Coast, California. Some of that's come back in. Some people are comparing the way she's dressing to Michael Jackson or Carmen Sandiego, and I'm thinking to myself, what's wrong with that? What the fuck's the problem? By the way, that particular style of dress is prefaced on a past era too. It's sort of steampunk-ish. Between this and like the I don't really care, do you anorak and stuff that Melania has worn over time, don't you get the sense that maybe she's trolling you a little because she knows that you'll fixate on that? And by the way, pull it off and look good anyway. She does. She's a more stylish first lady than we've had in a while. No, it's not sexist to say that. It's simply a fact. Do you really think that she should give a fuck about what you think about the way she dresses? Like you say about any other woman, you're like, you go girl, you fucking wear this trash bag because somehow that's liberating. Oh my god, look at Melania Trump. She's wearing a pith helmet. It's a colonialism statement. Who cares if it is? Does it really fucking matter? She's, representing the United States as the wife of the most powerful man in the land. She wants to wear a pith helmet. Nobody over there is going to complain. Nobody over there is such a sensitive snowflake that they're going to give a fuck that she's wearing a pith helmet. They'll probably just find this, hey, it's just the way that she dresses. It's pretty funny. A bunch of dictators and blood diamond running scoundrels and weird superstitious bullshit over there. And there's more of an open mentality towards her being able to exercise her right to dress the way that she wants. Literally dress for success, because it looks like she's having a good time over there. She went on like a safari and shit. I actually like it when Melania's in the news. I wish that she was more of a visible first lady. I think she has a more relaxed attitude maybe than her husband, which sometimes can be cathartic. I think we need to see more of Melania Trump, not less. But it's very funny. Every time she comes out in public, what has the left done? Every time she speaks, they ridicule her accent. Oh, she's an immigrant, blah, blah, blah. They literally will rake her over the coals for the same things that if anyone else mentions as a topic for any other individual. Female, immigrant status, fucking whatever. They'll call them racist, sexist, transphobic, fucking xenophobic. Every obic in the whole English dictionary applies to them. They're a horrible person, total bigot. But with Melania Trump, it's okay because, she had sex with Trump, I guess. When are they going to start shaming Stormy Daniels for the way that she dresses? Just because that's where supposedly Toad from Super Mario Kart cock has been. It's very funny. Or they'll talk about Melania's like a battered wife. She's being abused. Like, remember when she was sick there briefly with an unspecified illness, which is like they probably should have talked a little bit more about it and made sure that people knew that the first lady was still healthy. Because, she's running around on safaris right now. She obviously recovered. When she was like sick and she wasn't in public for a week, they're like, where's Melania? We think that Trump probably beat her up or something. Yes, I'm sure. Trump beats up his wife in the fucking White House. Secret Service outside hearing her scream and everything. It's very, very likely. Nobody has ever said anything because he's one-dimensional. See, the idea is he's a one-dimensional villain. Now, Melania, therefore, fits in with that. She, unfortunately, is victimized by the same corporate media that has to keep up that propagandistic illusion. Well, I can't keep up the illusion if they admit, well, Melania should dress the way she wants. She's not a battered wife. She's just a normal person. She's the first lady who has kind of a stylistic flair. She dresses in ways that would be considered generally unique or not routine, at least for people who are in politics. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with being a trendsetter instead of following the trends? It's like, remember when Michelle Obama was first lady? Like Ellen and The View and all these weirdos would talk about how she was wearing the latest style. Oh, it's such an in style. She wore it so beautifully and stuff. With Melania, it's like if they're talking about her clothes, like, oh, this is weird. You know, Ellen DeGeneres doesn't think that it looks good. Oprah doesn't agree that this is fall's latest fashion, you know, the pith helmet. And so it's wrong. Like, you're not following the rest of the nest of spinsters at this point, which is what many of these people are. I've always noticed it's usually old, childless people who themselves are like hideous without 10 pounds of makeup trying to dictate how others should dress and look and stylize themselves. And that, by the way, that goes for males too. It's like, who runs these fucking fashion shows where women are quite legitimately degraded on a constant basis? It's a bunch of dudes, usually like dudes from Scandinavia and shit. Perverts, probably. Hey, bitch, wear this fucking garbage bag for your women's liberation. And I have a feeling that a lot of these people fall into a certain category that may dislike women. But I'm not gonna mention what that category is, because probably protected category, even if it's in that context. I think you can understand what I'm maybe talking about there. And no, I'm not just talking about like Scandinavian males. I think there's a problem with that too. Maybe soy related at this point. We'll let that go for the moment. I thought she looked good. No, I mean, she's fucking walking around. It's probably 100 degrees out in the Sahara and shit. She's wearing all white, loose clothing, and something to shade her head, and she happened to choose a pith helmet. What, was she supposed to wear a sombrero? Would that have made these people feel better? She should have dressed like Speedy Gonzalez. Then obviously these people would leave her alone. It doesn't matter what she wears, though. If she had worn like a jeans and a regular, like a polo shirt, they would have said, well, it's not feminine enough. Our first lady, she's wearing American-style clothing while in another country. This is bad. It's imperialistic. They would have done this regardless of how she dressed. By the way, the pith helmet. Colonialism, what the fuck are you talking about? What U.S. colonies in Africa were ever present? She's representing the United States, not the British Empire, not fucking Napoleonic era France. She's not representing Prussia. She's representing the United States. We got along generally a lot better with African nations. If you hate colonialism and evil colonialists, you're not blaming anyone in the U.S. for that. Now, are you? During that same era, we were pushing west here in our own continent. We didn't do the African thing. The land grabs there were prefaced by the British and the French mainly, to a lesser extent by the latter day, the Italians, to some of the Dutch and Belgians. And Belgian Congo was so bad even the other colonial powers beat up on them. Yeah, look up Leopold of Belgium if you want to hear a true horror story about colonialism. Compared to what Belgium did, the French and the British and stuff treated their colonies very, very well indeed. That's about all. Peace out.